So I built this guy a commission PC and he bailed last minute. If you want to sell a PC, don't do it in the summer. This PC has been listed for like 3 months, man. I've never experienced such failure in my PC flipping life. As you saw in the last episode, I alluded to the fact that things are not going so well in the summertime. Yeah. Let's dive right into the first PC. Before we keep going in the video, I do want to address why I've been MIA for a couple of months. I do have a good reason for it. We have a new subscriber in the channel. That's right. It's a pretty fun time for me. So it's no excuse though for not making videos. I am sorry about that. But I've also been working on couple of sponsorship opportunities in the background, which pretty exciting for a small YouTuber like me. But we'll get to those later in the video. Let's jump back in. So this guy reached out to me on another listing of mine that has sold. Remember, in this channel, we keep PCs that have just sold on for a couple more days after they've sold for cases just like this for people to reach out. I asked him the usual questions we ask in this channel, like what's your aesthetic preference, what color, what games do you play? He said he really only plays Fortnite, his budget is $700, and he likes those black fish tank PCs that I've sold in the past. So I thought, perfect candidate for the classic Ryzen 3600 and RX 5700 XT builds. Then he revealed that he lives 2 hours away, which is fine because I've sold to people that have driven over 2 hours to come to me and buy their PCs. But the issue with this was in how long this commission process took. He initially wrote me way back in April, do not check down below for the upload date of this video. And he told me initially that he would buy it in May, which got pushed into June. I thought it would be okay since it was a very template build, so if it didn't sell, I could just, list it on Marketplace, get rid of it. It would not be an issue. And of course, I write him in June and he says, I'll show up in a couple of weeks, let's push the date back. And then after 2 weeks, he said, I'm just not going to show up at all. I wanted to share this anecdote with you guys to show you that commissions can be risky. I didn't take a deposit or whatever. A couple episodes ago, I talked about this as well because most of these commissions that I do, if not really exclusively all of them, I only take on ones that are PCs that I would really build and sell anyway. I know other flippers, the way they do it is they do take a deposit, whether it's like a, Venmo me and I'll start it sort of thing, but it just seems like a lot to get into to try to get that trust from people. So I figured I'll just only build commissions that make sense for me to be able to flip anyway. So I decided not to lose any time and I listed this guy for $800. Recently, I've been trying to push my PCs to a profit level of around $300. I know it's very ambitious of me, but I wanted to see if it would work out. So I listed this guy at the end of June. But let's get to it at the end of the video. Way back in May, I grabbed 4 Zalman cases thanks to a guy in the Discord. Thanks to PCs and EVs, I got these Zalman i3 cases, 4 of them, for a whopping $43 each. For a full ATX case, that's pretty amazing, brand new. So I decided to put these cases to the test by going ahead and just building with one of them to see how well it would do. Here are the specs. And here is the i3 Neo TG Black. It's a pretty good case, you'll see. It comes with all sorts of mesh filters and everything, it's pretty big, nice 4 fans, full ATX. I mean, it's honestly a pretty cool case. And for the CPU, of course, we have to go with the Ryzen 5 5600. This is how much I bought it for, $104.63. This baby is still more than enough to run pretty much any game that anyone will throw at it these days, paired with a fairly good GPU, and especially all the esports games, it'll rock those. CPU cooler, thermal right, of course. This is the Evo, the Assassin Spirit Evo, which is just a really, really nice look. And of course, it comes with all the parts to attach it, which we always love about thermal right. This is much better than the stock cooler because for only $20-ish, you get it to run cooler and much quieter. And it looks cool. For the motherboard, we got the Gigabyte UD B550. It's nothing special, not much to say about this guy, it's just full ATX and had a good price for it. RAM HyperX Fury, again, it's not much of a reason here, just 16 gigs, 3200 megahertz as always. For the storage, we got Samsung 970 EVO Plus, it's an M.2, 1 terabyte. Good enough read-write speeds for running games. Got it brand new for $53.99. When we're building these gaming PCs, the SSDs really don't matter. I do try to go for M.2 for less cables, faster speeds, but Gen 3, Gen 4 doesn't really matter. Now this case has plenty of space to work in. Pretty straightforward. It looks really clean with a nice black motherboard like this and all the other components. For the power supply, we got a Channel Technologies 750 watt PSU. Got this for $43.20. I've unboxed this earlier with another video. It has 2 PCIe cables, which you will need for this 2070 Super that I got locally for $125. It's a pretty good deal on this EVGA. Nice beefy guy. It's pretty dirty, and you know what we do to dirty graphics cards? Yeah. Obviously, I did this off screen and not actually here. put it in. And I love that EVGA cards, when they're 2-fan, they almost look like 3-fan. So looks nice and beefy and fits well into an ATX case like here. And of course, the power supply does have 2 PCIe cables, which we do for safety reasons. I mean, with cheaper builds, we daisy chain, but whatever. And look at that beauty. Turns on right away. Of course, living room floor as always. And yeah, very happy with it. And of course, you have to benchmark these PCs, and what a better way to benchmark than with a controller by GameSir. Now to be clear, they didn't pay me for this video, but they did send me this controller for free in order to review. And this was such a popular controller in our household, I could barely get my hands on it, as you can see here. Her grandma is definitely not holding her up, by the way. She's just doing this on her own accord. And honestly, I refuse to believe that my newborn is better than me at video games. So it has to be the controller. That is why she can beat me up in this game. So clearly this is a good controller. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, as I am with everything in this channel. I am not the most qualified source when it comes to controllers. I mostly am a mouse and keyboard guy, but I have been known to kick it back on the couch and play some Human Fall Flat on the TV, as you see here. So a controller does come in handy. Now, of course, this is not a wireless, but the wire is very long, so I can put across the living room, plug it into the PC, and play it across in the couch, which is nice. But the G7 HE, I really like this controller. You can plug in your mic and then not only have the power to mute it, but you can actually lower and increase volume, which is honestly pretty nice. The sticks feel great. Honestly, the thing that I just keep coming back to is that the design is really nice. It feels great in my hand. The buttons are nice. The give is nice. It looks nice. It plays nice. I would definitely recommend this controller if you're in the market for one. And I will also add that it is an Xbox controller, but here I am using it with a PC, and I did not have to configure it in any way. I just plugged it in, pulled up a game, and boom, it's already ready to go. So if you want to check out this controller, go to the link down below. And thank you, GameSir, for sending this controller to me to review. Back to the video. I find it pretty ironic that when I finally get sponsored is the same episode that I have to sponsor someone for the rest of my life. What am I gonna do? Alright, I finally got around to taking photos and listing this PC, put it up for 830 bucks, fully intending on coming down to like the 750 range or even lower, but I have time, so I'm not in a rush. It's now October, and this thing still hasn't sold. This is really one of the weirdest things I've had happen because I think it looks really good. It's a full ATX case, RGB fans, an NVIDIA GPU, and it's down to 680 bucks, which at that point I think it's, a pretty good price for whoever's gonna buy it. So we'll see. I don't know. 2 episodes ago, we built in the cheap but very pretty and capable case of the Sama M203. It had a Ryzen 2600 paired with a 1060 6GB version. It sold within 3 days for 560 bucks. And since that did so well, I decided to copy it. And here's the specs of the new PC that I built. I figured this would be a great and easy way to break the summer curse. I listed this PC in July, and now it's all the way down to 500. And it still hasn't sold. And it's September. A while back, I bought this case that has my absolute favorite name ever. It's the Sama Neview 4361. I mean, look at this sleek design. Doesn't that just scream Sama Neview 4361? Anyway, I love the look of this case, so I decided to put in the classic Ryzen 3600 and RX 5700 XT combo in this. Here are the specs for it, by the way, but I decided to use the Sapphire Nitro 5700 XT, one that I got from Java, and I thought with a build that looks this good, surely it's gonna sell super fast. Boy, was I wrong. So in the intro, I tried to hook you guys in with a PC that took 3 months to sell. I know you're thinking that I was lying. I was. But that's only because it took me 4 months to sell this PC. That's right, you heard it right. I sat on this PC for 4 months. 4 months! What am I gonna do?
2,000 years later.
Miracles are real. After about 4 months of not selling, this stupid Sama Neview 4361 is finally selling. Got the motherboard box, as always. Have all the necessary stuff in here. As you can see, got the PC cord and the Wi-Fi and any extra like SATA SSD stuff that they may need. And then, it's kind of hard to do one-handed actually. And then I'm including a free keyboard, obviously super simple, super normie thing. And then here's the beautiful PC. I am gonna miss this sucker. We have kept each other company for many months, but I cannot, again, I'll pop up, videos and photos of it. I can't believe it took this long, but finally selling it. Honestly, there are a lot of things I could have done a lot better with this PC in those 4 months. One of the things is you should constantly be deleting and relisting PCs if they're not getting as many views as they should be, or as your other listings. There was even like a whole month where the PC wasn't even visible for some reason. And I confirmed this because when a guy asked me about one of my other listings, I suggested he look into this one. And I sent him the link and he said it's not pulling up. It gives me an error or something. So this is just a reminder that if you have a busy life and you're not going to stay on top of it, PC flipping is not for you. Anyway, I had it originally listed for $820, but I had to settle for $700. A profit of only $174.35, which was fine because the curse was broken and that's all I cared about. Let's go back to that commissioned PC from the beginning of the episode. Now that the supposed curse was broken, I felt pretty reinvigorated to go ahead and try to, fix this up or change something about this and sell. So I took the listing down, took the PC out of the box, and added the Funko Pop because that's what you do when a PC doesn't sell. And it worked! I'm serious, that's what did it. Okay, maybe it wasn't just a Funko Pop, but it was the taking new photos and deleting the listing and relisting it. But it ended up selling for $700, which was the intended sale price of the commission from months ago. Bill price was $497.88. Sold for $700, so that leaves us with a profit of $202.12. So if you want to sell a PC, don't do it in the summer. If you want to know what the best time to sell a PC is, go watch this video. All right, what's next? Well, quite honestly, I'm sick of these slow sales. So maybe we'll try to relist the PCs that aren't selling, or there's a guy locally that I saw selling some horrible PCs. Honestly, it's some MATX motherboards inside of ATX cases, which is ridiculous, but I'm desperate. Thanks for watching.